Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Falcons Corner. Voice of the Falcons, Mike Rickert. My co-host, the good guy to know, Danny Berg. Another week of athletics in the books. Another week of us talking about it.
Doesn't get any better.
Yep.
Doesn't get any better. That and as shorts weather for both of us now.
Fantastic. It looks like it's going to be a fantastic week this week weather-wise. Maybe a little rain towards the end of the week, but it's going to be a warm rain.
60 degrees. Yesterday
Fantastic.
It was 61. It felt like it was 85.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. So since we're talking about weather, let's talk about the sports that took advantage of the great weather. So we had baseball this weekend, right? Doubleheader Saturday, doubleheader Sunday, both at home. One home venue was at Shout Stadium in Dummer, so not their actually home field. Right. You know, a little bit of a bandbox up there, you know, with the short porch and right field. For us left-handed swinging guys, I like that. But, you know, if I was a pitcher, you know, maybe not so much. But they split on Saturday and swept yesterday.
They did. And you know, you mentioned Shouts having that short porch, and I was a lefty playing in Teen League when I was there too. But I was able to sneak over for a little bit after the basketball games on Saturday. And prior to getting there, I heard there was a bomb hit over the scoreboard in right center. And then while I was there, I just saw a ball that launched at least 20 feet over the fence, over the scoreboard, and then on top of the warehouse. Yeah. But you can't say enough about, you know, Shout Stadium and what it looks like now. And thankful to Dunmore Borough for, in particular, Mike Dempsey, really allowing us to get that home game that was supposed to be away at home, but not at home, maybe a second home, where they split with Monroe, a really good Monroe program. I mean, they're a Division I program, and we're able to split with them is huge. And then the marathon games yesterday of 18 runs. I mean, we're no shortage of offense, but maybe we can tighten up the D a little bit.
Maybe a little bit, and that'll come. But
it was beautiful weather.
Yeah,
and I know that Dr. Larson was able to take advantage of it.
He was down there. He's got a great tan working now, right? He's probably laying out in his chair, enjoying the sun, you know, maybe rolled up his sleeves a little bit to work out that farmer's tan, you know, but he took advantage of that great weather as did our guys. Softball still in a little health and safety protocol hiatus.
Can't be too safe these days.
Yep.
So, I mean, health and safety of our student athletes and our coaches is the main priority.
Yep,
so,
and then we had football had their blue-white scrimmage on Saturday down at Scranton Memorial Stadium.
Right?
Yep. You know, I talked to a bunch of the guys this morning. They liked the way they played. You know, of course, everyone wants to get more snaps, but they know that with the depth that we have, any chance they get out on the field and play, you know, is something. So they got that scrimmage in Saturday because they opened their scheduled season next Sunday.
Right. Yeah, Sunday. They're heading to Sussex County Community College, and you know, it's great to have another local team playing, and by local, they're 75 miles away. But that's our closest away opponent that we can have since I've been here.
That is close, you know, for football. So they are really excited. Like I said, I talked to a lot of guys in the weight room, and usually I like to give them a little pep talk, you know, before the week. My pep talk this morning was, it's game week. And then I stopped, and I was like, good enough? And they said, good enough. So they are ready to go.
Oh, they've been chomping at the bit. Yep. I mean, they came in January, those early morning running sessions that you loved being a part of, and it's finally time.
Right.
You know, they're able to see that light at the end of the tunnel, and being able to play that scrimmage, it's really allowing the coaching staff to separate and get a real true idea of how the depth chart might look.
Right. And I'm gonna take it as a compliment. I got a bunch of the guys saying, Coach, I feel really, really good today, you know, with the workout. I was like, well, that's the plan, to make sure you guys peak for the season, right? So, you know, hopefully they are ready to go. I think they're going to be a handful on Sunday. But best of luck to our football guys and the coaching staff. You know, they've waited a long time for this, and you know, their goal has always been for football is to get back to Pittsburgh, Kansas.
Yeah, put it on the radar, circle it.
Yep.
See what happens.
Yep. And then we don't want to forget about our basketball because we're still in our winter sports season, right? So we had a couple contests here at the Union. Our women, you know, a big overtime victory against Harcum, but unfortunately fell to them at Harcum, you know, on Saturday. Tough to play a team 4 times in a season, as good as Harcum and as well coached as they are, and to beat them 4 times. So going 3-1, I think is okay.
I think it's pretty good, and I'll say playing a team on a Thursday and a Saturday, that's the way the schedule has worked out this year for our region teams. That's hard. That's hard too.
Yep.
You have one day to plan and prep, and I will say that Harcum's really come a long way as the season went on. Our girls are playing good, and so are they. You know, so 4 times.
Yeah.
That's hard.
It's tough.
You know, and then our men.
Our men going through like the gauntlet of their schedule, right? So playing Division I Harcum, who is first time I got to see them in person, who are let's just say they're legit. They got guys that can shoot the ball. They got athletic guys that play above the rim. They got some size from 7 foot to 6'11" to 6'5", 6'4", 6'6" guards. So they are legit. Having to play them twice. They had a really tough one on the road at Harcum on Thursday, but bounced back and was really competitive for like a good 3/4 of that game.
I think last week I said they were going to go through this tough part and it's going to get them ready for their postseason because it's how you finish.
Yep.
When they played Harcum at our place, the first half, I mean, it was a different team than I've seen here or watching them on video throughout the season. I mean, I think they're really starting to click. They're seeing what works, who's good in what situations, and the coaches are finally used to them too. But I'll tell you, I think when we were done, I was pleasantly surprised at how well they played. Like I was really excited for them, and I called Eric and said that too. Like it was great. Yeah. And then to come back the next day at Garrett, who when they played here, we were never in the game, not for nothing. Yep. But it was like, wow, this team is shooting lights out, and this is amazing. And when I saw the final score, I'm thinking, that's a good measuring stick. Yep. You just played back-to-back against two of the toughest teams you're going to face in a normal year, and now we're ready. Yep. They're battle-tested. I'm excited to see what they can do in the playoffs.
I think they can make a little push as the season comes in, and so we hope for that. But they are playing much better. Like I said, they're spending more time together, and especially on the court. So Nashawn Johnson pouring in points. I know he had 25, I think, yesterday. So he plays really hard. He was an Iron Falcon award winner as working out the hardest in the weight room too, so he got a little nifty shirt a couple weeks ago too. So, but hopefully they keep working hard, the men, and stay after it and get into the playoffs. All right,
they're ready. I'm telling you. Yeah. I mean,
they are.
Yeah.
So playing at the Union, of course, is a nice home court advantage for them too. So. But that is a look of what happened. Let's take a break, catch our breath. Let's run some LC commercials because I know we like doing that, and we'll talk about what's coming up the week ahead.
Sounds good to me.
All right. We'll be right back in the Falcons Corner. Take flight.
At Lackawanna College, we're not here to change the world, but we will change how you think, how you attack problems, and overcome limitations, how you push yourself to turn challenges into opportunities. It's an experience that'll change your life. And maybe then, you can change the world. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Falcons Corner. Voice of Falcons, Mike Rickert, the co-host. Good guy to know, Danny Berg. We did have wrestling this past week, but we were just pretending we didn't for a second because the polar bear getting too much homework. So we were just going to pretend with Coach Fox that wrestling might not have happened.
Well, make him sweat it out a little bit. He's assigning too much homework. We want him to think we forgot about him, get him on the hot seat a little bit, and now he can relax.
But we would never forget about wrestling, right? So they were on the road this week, and you are an inside wrestling guy. Go ahead.
Yeah, they went up to Jamestown Community College, and they were able. Jamestown was here last week, so they're one of those schools that we've developed a great relationship with, which I'm excited to keep going. But I talked with Coach Fox last night. And I said, how did it go? And he said it went really well. Good. He said our kids got an opportunity to wrestle more than once.
Nice.
So they all got a couple matches. He said that Cody Evans and Kevin Bone both went undefeated while they were there.
Fantastic.
RJ wrestled the stud, in his words. I believe a previous national qualifier and went on 3-2.
All right, good.
So I think these last 3 weeks or so when they got all these matches, it's really allowed them to see where their fitness needed to be, certain things to technique-wise, and they're ready to continue on with their season. Been in touch with some of the New Jersey schools about putting something together to keep them active going into Easter, and then next thing you know, the national tournament's right around the corner.
Yep.
But yeah, it's a great opportunity and allowed them to get out. And they I asked them, how did the traveling go? He's like, it was different, you know. And that was their first, trip on the road and an overnight, and it went really well. So
good. And they deserve that because they put a lot of time into practice and stuff too.
Yeah, 100%.
Just so they deserve to get on the road and enjoy a night out of Scranton as best as they can. So let's look about what's coming up this week. You're our scheduling guy, so I'm putting this all on you.
I know, it's always a quiz.
So it's tough. So let's start baseball. What do we got to look forward to baseball-wise this upcoming week?
I think hot off the presses in the last 12 minutes or so.
Okay.
We're looking at adding a single 9-inning game at Keystone.
Okay.
On Thursday afternoon at 3:30, and that'll be followed up by we're playing on Saturday. We going to Hartford? No. Allegheny College of Maryland on Saturday.
All right.
And then we play.
Listen, it's okay if you just throw out schools' names.
No, the difference.
Just tell us where we're playing and whoever we're playing.
But the big one for baseball is Sunday at Mercer County Community College.
Okay.
In the baseball world, that's the equivalent of women's basketball with Union.
Okay.
They're the biggest rival that we've had over the past 10 years.
Okay.
It's either us or them winning the region championship typically.
Right.
So they go out there on Sunday, and based on what I saw this weekend, I'm excited for them to go and see and how they measure up. Softball is back at it this weekend.
Good.
They have a double on Sunday or Saturday, and then basketball again.
Yep.
Thursday, Saturday.
Yep.
The women and men are both playing Raritan Valley, and a good opportunity to get back to Region 19 Division II basketball for the men.
Yeah, it'd be good, and we could catch that on those home matchups on the LC Fan Network. So that'd be good. And I know that the men had a close one. Came away with a W at Raritan, so it'd be nice to see them in a really good competitive game. This upcoming week. So we're done with wrestling now for a little while, yes? Until you work your magic with the schedule?
Well, I find something out, and we utilize Coach Fox. That wrestling community is super tight, so it could be, we have something going on, and it might work. But they're going to be on a little bit of a hiatus for right now, where they can kind of focus on their conditioning. And after they went through 5 matches in the past 2 weeks, really, to really get back in and focus on the training aspect.
Good, awesome. And then men's and women's soccer, when can we look for them kicking off a little bit?
Season opener, April 3rd.
Okay,
They started practice on March 15th, so they'll have 2 full weeks of training. And their season opener is April 3rd against Sussex County Community College at Sussex.
All right, so they're getting there. So you're doing pretty good today. I'll take care of football plays next Sunday. I got that one.
Yeah. Also at Sussex.
Yes.
So like I said, it's a lot, and it's non-traditional.
Yep.
It's Sundays, and if not Sunday, maybe we move to Saturday. Or with softball, we're supposed to play on a Tuesday. It turns out we have to maybe play on a Monday. But the coaches have been really good about taking it all in stride and being understanding. And you have to, because if not, then you're not getting games.
Yep.
And just a lot of fluidity.
Yep.
It's organized chaos, is what I like to call it.
And I did hear that esports does have a full schedule this week too, so we catch them on Twitch.
Yeah, they have all 3 going on this week, right? They have Rocket League, Valorant, and
Overwatch. Yes. Darn it. I heard someone say Overwatch.
Yeah, and how about me? I'm starting off. I was trying to go alphabetically. I went opposite. I went backwards.
But, so for all our esports fans, and our esports, gang is doing really well, they could check that out on Twitch. And then all of our home events on the LC Fan Network, and then updates of schedules, results, Twitter, Facebook, LC Fan Network on YouTube.
And I will say, speaking of esports, Coach Delaney jumped in and did the play-by-play for basketball on Saturday.
Wow.
Yeah, right?
That was who was over there?
That's who was over there.
I didn't recognize him. Oh.
Yeah, he had the cap on.
Yeah.
He was ready to go.
Did he cut his hair yet?
Actually, I don't think so. Right. I don't know. Maybe he'll have to let us know after he watches this and let us know if he had it.
Check it out.
Won't let him know that we asked about it. We'll see if he's watching.
Exactly. Exactly.
Testing the waters.
That's the big test. So, but best of luck to all our student athletes. This week, especially those kicking off their schedules and those finishing up their schedules. Let's get ready for postseason play.
Ready to go.
All right, let's go. Everyone, thanks for tuning in. Another edition of the Falcons Corner. We'll see you next week. Take flight.